Hey guys, Anthony, Full Before Diesel. So this looks like a bit of a disaster. I'll call it a disaster. Disaster waiting to happen. So there's obviously an extra bracket here for an extra fuel filter most likely. That most likely has been removed because it's caused problems. Basically we see with a lot of the 2 micron filters, obviously the flow rate or whatever, the pressure is restricted or something, probably the flow, whatever it is. And vehicles have issues with stalling and hard to start, this sort of thing. So that may have been the issue. I can't remember or don't know too much about it, but that's usually what happens. A lot of guys are removing the extra fuel filters, or you can go up to a 5 micron, same as the factory one. But you know, it's a PRADO. There's already 2 filters there, and there's plenty with hundreds of thousands of Ks where it hasn't made any difference, and water goes through filters even when you got the extra one. So that's a fact. We get to strip down the injectors when they come back and see that. It's very rare, but if you've got water in there, it gets shaken up, mixed, and it does come through, unfortunately. Now, what I wanted to point out mainly with this one is, so it's had that, now we've got this, you know, we've got a fuel on. Instead of being nicely out here where it's meant to be, it's all pulled really tight. You know, that's directly from the pump, pulled hard against wiring. And look, I can't show you too closely. You know, what's it? 2 clamps on it. There's no pressure here, okay? So I don't know who installed this in the first place or what, but there's no pressure. You don't need to put these, it's just wrecking the hoses. What's going to happen here now is that's going to end up splitting or something along the side of the clamp because it's been over tightened so far. So I'm going to be recommending replacing this hose, which unfortunately the genuine hose is close to $100, but that's what we like. It's got the proper bends in it. It's reliable, it's quality rubber. So I'll be recommending replacing it with a factory clamp at both ends. The other end's probably got the clamp on it. By the looks of it, it does. So we need a clamp, a hose. Over at this side, we're probably just going to cut that off a little bit shorter because there is plenty of room to move on these hoses. So we can just take off the part that's been ruined and replace the clamp as well. And we're going to take this guard off and get rid of it, because see this hose here is rubbing there, you know, diesel vibration. On the back of this hose there's a cut in the hose from the edge of that bracket there, and that bracket, it's not sharp, but this is the problem. Diesel vibration, the engine's vibrating, and when all the hoses that come off the engine here, heater hoses, whatever, they all need to be secured and not rubbing, if you know what I mean. So just wanted to point it out, a few issues here, the clamps, the hose stretched out, the hose rubbing. So just, I don't know whether you guys are doing it yourself or you've got someone on the job and you're paying them the big bucks to wreck your car, but you might just want to have a look at doing it yourself or check over their work to make sure you don't have situations like this, because this is the sort of thing that turns a Toyota into a, well, let's say, look, we just prefer to stick to the positive. It was all quality, reliable before. It's caused issues by adding the extra filter here. If it was left alone, it'd be fine. We'll sort it out though. Just wanted to show you, just be careful guys. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, check out all our other videos. There's hundreds of videos on diesel stuff, PRADO, Toyota, Hilux, 1KD FTV, DPF, EGR, whatever you want, all the information you need. Check out our other videos, subscribe, and any of the videos you like, give us a thumbs up so we know we're doing the right thing. Alright guys, once again, thanks for watching.